Hello friends, I'm here with a great plant friend today who we were eating earlier in the year. The petioles here of the leaves and the stems. But we today are going to try a new part of this plant and have you come along with us to give it a try. This is called cow parsnip, and it's going to be pretty easy to recognize because it has these huge leaves that you can imagine are kind of maple shaped, and you've got these fuzzy stems. This is a big plant. Here we have the flowers coming out on top. They're going to be white, and what we're after is going to be the flower buds. So we have this sheath. And then you can see here the flowers are coming out of the top. We're going to see when they're still inside of there and be eating this flower bud. We don't do tons of fried foods, but we're going to try deep frying this today on the advice of, yes, Becca's filming and she said, what are we going to do? We're going to try to make fritters on the advice of Alan Burgo, a forager who we know. Now this is a great time to talk about an important quality that these plants have. And somebody had asked about a plant called wild parsnip. And this plant, like the cow parsnip, has a chemical inside the sap. It's called furanocoumarins. And this chemical, when combined with sunlight, will cause burns. It's not an allergic reaction like poison ivy. So some people are allergic to poison ivy, some people not. This is going to affect anybody because it's just going to be more of a physical reaction rather than an allergic reaction. And for this reason, a lot of people just do not harvest these kinds of critters because, wow, you're going to get these burns. And so like many things, these nettles, they have a reputation for being just super bitey. But you can see if I treat them nicely, if I'm going in the right direction with them, I'm not going to get bit by them. So
metaphor for life?
Metaphor for life, yeah. These dangerous plants aren't always as dangerous as we've been told. It's the same thing with these plants that have the furanocoumarins, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. So the chemical is inside the sap. So really for me, there's no danger here of touching the plant. When I harvest these, there is going to be some sap coming out. And if I get that on my skin, and then it's exposed to direct sunlight, and it has to be exposed for a while, then I'm going to get those burns. But I, just by being a little bit careful, can harvest any of these plants and not have any dangers to worry about. Here's a perfect one to harvest, and when I harvest it I could wear gloves just to be extra careful, but all I'm going to do today is I'm going to slice it off right here and hold it there. Just try not to get the sap on me and put it into my collection bag. It's not really even sunny today, so even if I get that sap on me, I'm not going to be really concerned. If it was a really bright day, then you could bring some wipes. Again, wear those gloves, or just wash your hands off after collecting. As long as you do it within, let's say, 5-10 minutes, you're probably going to be fine if you haven't smeared it all over you. Let's ID this plant. Here's that giant, vaguely maple-like leaf. You can see the size of it. This is a young plant down here on the ground. As it gets older, we're going to see this stout, fuzzy stem with those lines. These sheaths are going to be part of this plant. We've got a little bit of purple mottling. And that purple mottling can scare some people because there's another plant, the hemlock, which is very toxic, which can have some purple spotting on the stem. That being said, there is one related plant. Reports say that it has a lot more of that chemical in it. Those guys grow a lot bigger. Yeah, that's the only thing you're gonna mistake for it. Got these beautiful flower heads. And you can see they come up in those rays underneath there and then have fairly flat flower tops. That's not a rule when they're younger, especially. It's gonna be a little bit more cupped, similar to, and we're all in the carrot family here, so similar to wild carrot. And here we can see inside the sheath, and here are the flowers starting to come out of that sheath. So this is a little too old. It's already emerged out of that sheath. We're going to be looking for ones that are earlier in the stage. Here's another example, but you can maybe see here, sheath is empty, and that's already emerging out. So still earlier. This one's a little better. It's still about half emergent, however. This one over here is tucked inside still and young, but opened up. And here's exactly what we're looking for. It's still fully encased, and we are gonna cut it right here and put it into our collection bag. All right, I'm using Rebecca's knife today. Thank you, Rebecca, and thank you, Daniel. Oh my gosh, this is such a great EDC for us. Here I am going to just slice, and that is what we're gonna make into the fritter. All right, not tons of these today because this is a new plant for us, but I got enough to share with everybody who is back at our place, and the sun's back out, so I would want to be careful at this point about getting that on me and then not washing it off within that maybe 5-minute time period. Little harvesting mistake here. Used a cloth bag. You can see here's a bunch of that sap that's bled through. Now the sun has come out, I've got that all over my hands. Not panicking or anything. A plastic bag may have been a better idea, but I'm just gonna wash my hands off here in just a moment, so all will be good. You know, Yule Gibbons, who kind of started foraging off in the 60s. Hi, I think. He would deep fry things all the time, and I thought, well, anything's going to be good deep fried. But these guys have actually a pretty strong taste if you've ever had them raw. So we're going to see how they are this way, and again on the advice of Alan Burgo. I'll put his website, Forager Chef, down in well, yeah, I'll just post it right here, foragerchef.com. That's where we got this recipe. All right, you guys want to try it? No, try this.
What will you help me? It's all attached. Should I have lemon on it, or?
You could have a little lemon on it if you want.
Try it plain first. It has some.
I like a savory donut.
It has the quality of a donut.
Yeah.
It's crispy on the outside and then it's soft. There's all the little flowers on the inside.
I love it.
That's a really good flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like a maple leaf. You don't put maple syrup in it, did you?
No, there's no sweetener at all.
Oh, it has almost kind of a.
I want one more.
But the leaves, so this is the
Mm.
leaf top, which you guys could try it if
Mhm.
you want. And this, of course, is the flower bud.
I
The leaf
have
top's
a-
I
pretty
have
good.
a flower bud. You have a leaf top?
I don't know what I have. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Too. That's too bad
Wow.
they say it's kind of like broccoli because it looks a little broccoli-ish.
Can we get more and make more?
This is so good. Of course, we don't eat fried food very often, so it might be partially that. But actually, there's nothing unpleasant. Actually, I would go the opposite and say there's everything pleasant about these. They're so
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
so subtle
Yeah.
and pleasing.
Try
I keep
this
wanting
one.
using that word, pleasing, pleasant.
No,
It's
no.
just really.
This is a little nugget.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
That maple leaf. Do you get that little maple leaf
I do.
hint?
I think that's the flavor of
I
the
don't like
The parsnip.
broccoli
parsnip.
inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't like that one?
I don't like the broccoli inside.
Well, I like the flowers. Here, have the leaves.
No.
Mmm,
I love it.
it's so good.
Which one is the leaf?
Right here, I'm offering them to you. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Definitely.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Definitely
so good.
worth a try and definitely worth repeating.
Mm, we gotta go get more of these today.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us the wild foods you've been eating lately,
Mm-hmm.
and if you've been experimenting with anything. Because it's sometimes
Oh.
fun to do something totally different, and then you hit upon definitely gonna make these every year. Oh yeah.
Remember in the comments, you can write out a whole recipe there
Mm.
and share some of your favorite wild food recipes.
Mm-hmm. Wish you were here.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, I don't, because I don't have to share.
Yeah, I just thought that. As soon as I
We
said
should share with our
nugget.
neighbors though, because they would
Yeah.
love to try some.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Oh, I'd
Well-
love to you all.
Oh, wait. Girls made you a little for the
Ooh,
leftover batter.
this one?
Oh, as though that's not going to be good.
It tastes like a donut.
That I put maple syrup in.
Mm-mm.
We'll give one a bite to Mom.